Good morning, everyone. My name is Han Zheng, research assistant from NTU. Today, I will present a case study at NTU to investigate how researchers promote and evaluate research outputs. Firstly, I will brief the background of this study. As we know, research outputs needed to be disseminated to the general public and make a great contribution to the society. Traditionally, scholars use a few methods to promote their research outputs, including attending academic conferences and publishing papers in journals. However, these strategies cannot be applicable to all scholars due to time and resources limitations. With the coming of social media to facilitate communication, scholars have also realized the benefits of using such media tools and have begun to use them in their professional lives. That is because social media can be an effective channel to disseminate research findings within or outside academia, regardless of temporal or geographical distance. Further, in the past, researchers evaluated their research outputs by using a lot of bibliometrics such as citation count, journal impact factor, and H index. These metrics have been tested and used in academia for decades and could be significant indicators for the impact of the work. However, bibliometrics still have some limitations. For example, a paper may get its first citation only after a few years of publication. In recent years, owing to the popularity of social media among scholars, metrics indices based on social media have been emerging as a new approach to evaluating research outputs. Our metrics can measure research outputs by involving a wider range of audience and can measure the impact of the research in a timely and faster manner. Thus, however, there are still some limitations for our metrics. The quality of our metrics is a bigger concern in the academia. Thus, they have not been formally implemented in academia. With the aim to understand whether the coming of social media has changed the way of promoting and evaluating research outputs, we adopted a qualitative approach to investigate how researchers at NTU evaluate and promote their research outputs. So these are the two research questions proposed in this study. To address the research questions proposed, semi-structured interviews were conducted at NTU to capture the thoughts and perspectives of researchers about promoting and evaluating research outputs. In total, 18 faculty and non-faculty staff employed at NTU participated in our study, and the whole study lasted for 4 months, from March to June 2017. All the participants were recruited via email, and each interview lasted 10 to 20 minutes. This table summarizes the demographic information of the 18 participants. The participants were coded P1 to P18 for data analysis. From this table, we can see that there are 5 female and 13 male participants. To make a comparison analysis, we took a step in the recruitment to ensure that the same number of participants were from 2 academic disciplines, hard sciences and non-hard sciences. We also ensured that the participants were from 2 career levels, faculty members and non-faculty staff. Here, faculty members refer to assistant professors, associate professors, and professors employed at NTU, while non-faculty staff refer to research staff, research students, librarians, etc. This figure shows the findings for RQ1. How do NTU researchers promote their research outputs? From the figure, we can see that almost all of the participants, 17 of them, agreed with presenting their works in academic conferences. Because in the conferences, they think they can make presentations and do poster sessions to share their research findings with peers in the similar academic area. And publishing journal articles is another popular approach to disseminate research findings. In addition, 3 researchers from non-hard sciences discipline also indicated that networking with others through research seminars and workshops is a good method to promote research. Apart from these traditional methods, it should be noted that half of the participants agreed with participating in academic social networking sites, such as ResearchGate and Google Scholar, is a very good method to promote research. They think it can be an alternative approach to complement the traditional ones, because they can create a personal website and update their recent findings on website. However, social media communication tools such as Facebook and Twitter are not so popular among scholars for academic purposes, because they think these kind of tools are mainly used for private communication between friends and family members. In terms of how do NTU researchers evaluate research outputs, all participants agreed with using traditional metrics for research evaluation, because these metrics have been tested and used by previous scholars for a long period. And it has been a standard and accurate way to measure the impact of the research. Participants are quite familiar with certain metrics, especially citation counts and GIF. In terms of determining the quality of an academic paper, participants will check the quality, in which journal the paper was published, the journal's impact factor, and the ranking of the journal. Thus, traditional metrics are very accepted and used from the participants. However, there are some researchers still highlighted the limitations of bibliometrics. For example, it's very easy to get a higher citation count than certain disciplines such as computer science and engineering than those from social science. And 2 respondents even indicated that the reliability of our metrics, bibliometrics is concerned due to the possibility of gaming. Thus, it's not sufficient to just consider bibliometrics in the research evaluation. More dimensions should be taken into account to make the process of evaluation more comprehensive. In terms of using our metrics, participants have not yet used our metrics in their research evaluation currently. However, some of them mentioned that our metrics could be a good tool to complement the traditional metrics. A few interviews from the non-social sciences discipline also indicated they are willing to use our metrics in the future if the university established some strategies to support them. There are 2 main reasons for our metrics not widely accepted in academia. The first one is that traditional metrics have been existed for a long time, and scholars get used to using them, and they have been a very standard and accurate way. So they don't want to try new approaches. And another thing is the quality of our metrics is the most problem for using them. Here are the key findings for this study. We have conducted semi-structured interviews with NTU researchers to understand how they promote and evaluate research outputs. Attending academic conferences and publishing paper in journals are still the 2 main strategies to promote research findings. Academic social networking sites like ResearchGate and Google Scholar are used as an alternative way to promote research outputs. Traditional metrics such as citation counts and GIF are frequently used by most researchers in their professional lives. Researchers at NTU have been aware of the existence of R metrics on social media. However, they have not considered using them currently in their research life. The limitation of this study should be the sample size, because this is a very small case study with only 18 participants. And this study was only conducted at one university, NTU. So the results of this study cannot be generated to the whole population of the scholars around the world. So the future study should include more scholars from different academic disciplines and different institutions. Further, a survey study can be conducted to understand the awareness and usage of R metrics and traditional metrics among scholars, to understand what factors can influence the adoption of metrics effectively. This is our presentation. Thank you very much.
Any questions? Okay. I think you said that of the participants, only 6 were faculty. Did you mention what the status of the other 12 participants was?
We didn't report in the paper, but I think the main faculty, there are professors and assistant professors from the 6 faculty members, but no associate professors.
But the 12 who were not faculty?
Yeah, the other 12 are research staff and research students.
So some were students as well as
Yeah, but doing research work.
Okay, thank you.
There is one question there.
Hi, did you, in your study, did you notice any disciplinary differences in terms of how receptive researchers from different disciplines were to using R metrics for research evaluation?
Yes, I think from non-hard sciences, researchers are more engaged in social media to promote their research outputs and have been aware of R metrics. However, in hard science, they are more inclined to use bibliometrics because they don't use social media frequently, so they don't know R metrics.
Thank you for the presentation. It was very interesting. We were doing very similar in Vienna. We were first only for the social science and the arts and humanities. First, we were making semi-structured interviews with 22 professors, and after we were making a complete survey of almost all the staff. And it was interesting. You can compare. It's quite interesting. Very similar survey has done in Spain, also in Navarra, and they were using a very similar like we, and they are getting the same results. And they were, perhaps it's interesting that we found that people in the humanities are using a lot academia edu, and not ResearchGate, and people in social science are going more to, or other scientists to use ResearchGate. But almost all the people were not aware about altmetrics and were not really using it, and they were a little bit skeptical always to say how you can use it or not. It would be interesting to compare the results for you, perhaps.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
If there are no more questions,
Thank you.
thank you. And,